This is estate planning lawyer Michael Pevney, and in this video I'm going to talk about the difference between a will and an estate plan. But before that, if you're interested in estate planning information, subscribe to this channel, ask an estate planning question in the comments, and if you want to make an appointment to speak with me for free, you can do that. Link to my website at ocestateplanlawyer.com. So, what's the difference between a will and an estate plan? An estate plan is a large, complete set of a bunch of different documents that lays out what you want to happen with your health and your finances, both while you're alive and after you pass away. A will is basically a document that says where you want your stuff to go when you die. Now, a will is almost always part of a complete estate plan, but a complete estate plan is more documents than just a will. A complete estate plan includes some other financial documents like a power of attorney, a financial power of attorney. That is when you appoint somebody to act on your behalf, either out of convenience, maybe because you don't get around too well, or because you are incapacitated for health reasons to make financial decisions for you. They can go into the bank and do banking for you. They can sign checks for you. You give them whatever power you want to give your financial power of attorney to do that with you. Also, healthcare documents. In California, we have something called an advance healthcare directive that combines within it a couple of powers. This is another essential estate planning document, part of a complete estate plan that is not a will. So an advance healthcare directive lets you decide what you want your end of life decisions to be. Do you want your life prolonged, or do you want the plug pulled, right? And for other decisions, you can nominate a healthcare power of attorney or a healthcare representative to make healthcare decisions for you. Also, you get to decide who is going to get your health information. A HIPAA waiver is also part of a complete estate plan. Also, big questions like organ donation and your final burial instructions and what you want to happen with your body after you pass away. All of these documents are healthcare documents that are not necessarily a will, but are part of a complete estate plan. A trust is oftentimes part of a complete estate plan. Where I am in California, I pretty much recommend a trust for anybody that has kids under the age of about 35 or owns any property in California. A trust is very beneficial for a number of reasons. Main thing is that it avoids probate, which is very expensive and takes a long time, and is just a pain. It sucks for the people that you leave behind. That is part of an estate plan. That is not a will. Then, of course, we have the will. A will is almost always part of a complete estate plan, even if you're using a trust. So for my clients, when I create a complete estate plan, we usually create a trust and we create a will as well, and that's called a pour-over will. It's a very simple type of will that basically leaves everything in your personal name to the trust. The idea is we want to create a trust, and we put our property into the trust either while we're alive, like we deed our home into the name of the trust, or we might make the trust the beneficiary of certain financial instruments like bank accounts, traditional investment accounts, and maybe even retirement accounts in some circumstances. But sometimes all of our stuff doesn't necessarily make it into the trust at the time we die, so we have this pour-over will. So a will is pretty much always going to be part of a complete estate plan. And something else for young parents that's also part of an estate plan is we can nominate a guardian, nominate somebody to care for our kids that are under 18. We want to really carefully pick a guardian, and that's something that's part of a complete estate plan that's not always necessarily a part of a will. So a will is part of an estate plan, but an estate plan is much more than a will, because a complete estate plan pretty much lays out your desires and your wishes both while you're alive, when you pass away, and if we're putting a trust in that plan, which I do for most of my clients, it controls what happens to your stuff for many years after you pass away. So a will is included within a complete estate plan, but the estate plan is much more than that. If you have any questions about this or anything else related to estate planning, please ask a question in the comments section. To subscribe to this channel for more information, and if you live in California, you can set up a time to meet with me for free by going to ocestateplanlawyer.com. Thanks for watching.